Hi, welcome to the April Carroll County Public Library Card Camp. We have two fun cards for you today. If you take out your first kit, it should have a flower that already has a brad and a cardstock piece attached to it. Your papers may look like this, or they may look like one of these samples. So the first thing we're going to do with this card is take our card base, which has two score lines, and score them so that your card base opens from the center. This is called a gate fold card. Then set that aside and take your long piece, and you should see there are two score lines on that piece as well. So I scored those pieces. Now we're going to do a little folding. So first take your piece and fold it to the center, and I am lining up to the top. And before I do a hard crease there, I want to take the other side and make sure that that piece matches in the center. I have a little bit of an edge that isn't quite right, so that's okay, because this will all work out once we're done. So once you fold those two pieces, what I did was I turned it upside down, and now I have my center. I don't know if you can see in the picture, I have my center at the top that I can use to match up and do the same folding on the other side. And that matches perfect. A little bit off. We might need to trim that a little bit with our scissors. Okay, so it might be hard to see these folds on the camera, but what you're going to do is kind of pinch all the edges in. The original two folds that you had should be folding inward. Okay, like that. Then take one side and just bend it so that it folds to a triangle, and pinch the other side so that it matches. And these are also in your printed directions. Now, the next step is I want you to take this folded piece and just put adhesive on I did the right first, on one edge. If we have the blue side showing, we're going to put the adhesive on the back side. I used my Tombow mono adhesive because it's a strong adhesive for something like this. Now what I'm going to do is just position that. So I want this piece centered, but I want to leave a little bit of a border. And press down. Once you do that, take and put adhesive on the other left edge. Again, center it from top and bottom and leave a little bit of a border. And press that down. Now, when you fold your gatefold card, that piece just collapses. Isn't that a nice fun fold card? So that's actually the inside of your card. Let's work on the outside. I chose to use the same blue for the outside panels, but it is double-sided paper, so you could choose either side. And I'm just putting adhesive around the four edges and aligning it so it has an even border. It's a little bit longer at the bottom, but that's okay. We'll just make sure we match it up on the other side. Now, let's finish the inside. Take your colored cardstock square and put that in diagonally so that it has an even border for the inside. And you will also have 2 white squares with stamped greetings on them. You can choose to use those stamped greetings in your square, or if you don't like either of the greetings that we've provided, you can always just flip it over to the white side. That's your choice. Now, this last piece that you have is what we call the belly band. And it as well, it has 2 score lines also. So first thing you do is fold those score lines and then wrap the strip, the belly band, around. I leave it a little bit loose because you use this to pull off when you want to open your card. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of adhesive here to seal that. Now, the last thing to decorate the outside of your card is when we're going to use this flower. So you can use dry adhesive, but for something like this, since we really want it to stick, I'm going to use a liquid adhesive. There's 2 kinds of adhesives I like. One is this art glitter adhesive. I like the one that dries clear. That I got at Amazon, but sometimes it's been out of stock. Another liquid adhesive I like that's easy to get at local craft stores like Michael's is the Tombow Mono Multi. I like the one that's got the green cap. So take some liquid adhesive, put that in the center, and that will give you your decoration in the middle of your belly band. So now you can see the belly band is just used to keep the gatefold card closed. You just slide it up and then open your fun fold card. So that's our first card. The second kit that you should have has these pieces in it. So this stamp set was from a company called Pink Fresh Studios, and they just put out a new sunflower stamp set. It's called, it's called Sunflowers, and this was as a fundraiser for the proceeds going to help with Ukraine. So the first thing I'm going to do for this card is take the embossed panel, which is the same size as your card base, and just put adhesive around all 4 edges. I might put a little bit in the center. Line that up so it covers your card base. Now, because of the stamped greeting, you want to make sure that your card folds, that the fold is at the top. Now, the next step that we're going to do, we found for this card, it's a tight fit to have the greeting show with this sunflower wreath. So I'm going to use my liquid adhesive, and what we found that worked best was we're going to try to take this leaf and put it as close to the birthday, and then this leaf near the top so that you can see as close as possible, but you want to be able to see the entire greeting. So I'm not going to work with the card base right now. I'm just going to work with this the stamped panel, and I'm just going to put some liquid adhesive around the center where the sunflower is. The reason why is I want to make sure before I adhere the stamped panel to the card that it works well. Okay, so the thing with working with liquid adhesive is you have a little bit of wiggle room to move your pieces, and I think that works fine. So now I'm going to put adhesive down, and you could use your liquid adhesive or dry for this, but I'm going to put a lot of adhesive on this card to adhere it to the embossed piece, and I want to make sure that the top and bottom of this wreath don't extend over the card base. Now we have 3 more pieces, and So if you see right there, you can see a little bit of the white of the wreath, and I wanted to cover that up. So I'm going to put some liquid adhesive on the single leaf, and I'm going to tuck that underneath. And again, I like using the liquid adhesive because you can see that I'm moving that panel as I need it. I'm going to use this piece to just kind of extend that wreath out a little bit. And then this sunflower, so pretty. I'm going to put that at the bottom. And I think I like the purple showing, so I'm going to tuck it under this way. So the last thing, we have these pieces. Oops, let's see again, see how nice that liquid adhesive still has a little bit of movement. These pieces are not adhered, so I'm just going to lift up, put a little bit of liquid glue, and hold that for a second or two. So there is your completed card. So we hope you liked the cards that we've done today, and we have Crafternoon that we are going to be doing this coming up Wednesday, where the library is free for you to come in and just work on whatever project, bring whatever project you might be working on, and that will be from 12:30 to 2:30. And we hope that you can make it. Thank you so much. I'm going to add a little bit more liquid glue to this before I end, because I can see it popping up. Thank you very much.